On a punishment for Jalen Carter's spitting incident from last week's opener when he spit on Dak Prescott and was ejected from the game. Adam Schefter reporting that Carter will be fined just over $57,000, noting that the ejection will essentially serve as a one-game suspension. He missed the entire game, meaning that Carter will be available to play this week. His agent Drew Rosenhaus said that his client will not appeal the decision. And more coming in here, more top stories starting at Pittsburgh. The Steelers have signed former Patriot safety Jabril Peppers, adding some depth and experience to that secondary, with safety Deshaun Elliott expected to miss some time with a knee injury. Peppers certainly could see some meaningful snaps sooner rather than later. And look who's at it again, Howie Roseman. The Eagles have traded for running back Tank Bigsby, sending their 2026 5th and 6th round picks in the deal to Jacksonville. So Philly adds another weapon to that deep and talented running back room. They've been awfully busy. Got Zadarius Smith as well. Meanwhile, a developing story on NFL Live. The estranged wife of Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill has alleged that he committed domestic violence in 8 separate incidents beginning in January of 2024. That's about 2 months after they were married. The allegations were made in court filings related to the couple's divorce case. Hill has not been criminally charged, and it is unclear if police are investigating. Hill's attorney said in a statement that the allegations are part of a shakedown and an attempt to generate bad media coverage of Hill.
This is one of those spare, just rare, special talents. I mean, he's got to be running 20 miles or so an hour, and that ball's an absolute dot to roam.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he does. That's what he does well. Okay, JJ, this was a terrible, terrible pick, Swaggo.
Yeah, the Caleb Williams rush to the end zone. You saw that athleticism
on a little bit
come out on a lot of those plays, and I think it's something. It's an element that Ben is going to be able to use. You got to get that throwing element right.
Yeah, and here's the pick, Mina.
Yeah, if you're going to throw that, you got to throw it right away. Ball came out late. Nation Wright read it from the start.
Yeah, against his former team. How about that? Nicely done.
Knew it was coming.
Yeah, but you know what? Boy, did he respond. And that was pretty impressive. Finding Justin Jefferson for this touchdown, Dan.
This is an outstanding job by Justin Jefferson of flattening his route, making sure that he crosses that middle field safety. That ball's thrown, I always say it down in the red zone. Face mask or higher, belt buckle or lower. The placement by J.J. McCarthy was like, okay, you finally got something. It's like a basketball. You saw it go in, and you got a little bit of momentum.
And then Caleb takes a sack here, Swaggo.
Yeah, this was one of the issues. You still see the holding of the ball. Troy talked about it last night. Some anticipation is needed.
How do you like this, Mina? It goes downfield and finds his running back, Aaron Jones.
I love running backs getting vertical out of the backfield. Aaron Jones did that in Green Bay. Here he is doing it again in Minnesota.
All right, the Bears blowing an 11-point lead in the fourth when McCarthy calls his own number there.
Play call of the night. Play call of the night. Nobody in that
I was
stadium.
even asleep.
No one expected
I forgot he can run. That's what I said.
How about that? The Vikings make our second primetime comeback. I mean, that was tremendous. And going back to 1950, there have been only 2 starting quarterbacks lead a double-digit fourth-quarter comeback in their NFL debut. We saw J.J. McCarthy do it last night. How about Steve Young, a Buccaneer, did it in the mid-'80s, coming from down 16-6 for a 1916 overtime win over the Lions. Of course, he went on to make 7 Pro Bowls, win a few Super Bowls, MVPs. And McCarthy's coach, Kevin O'Connell, made sure to give his young QB some props afterwards.
This guy didn't quit me. You always thought he would figure it out. He had 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown.
Love that scene afterwards. You know, KOC said, he told him at halftime, hey, kid, you're going to come back and win this game for us.
Yeah, it seems like the vibes and the culture in Minnesota locker room-wise are awesome. I think part of the reason why Kevin O'Connell told him that was because Kevin O'Connell knows how great of a play caller he is. I think the 3 plays that matter the most, you're going to get in these situations what we call match quarters defense. And Kevin O'Connell wants to put stress on the linebackers because that's the advantage for the offense. Couple things happen. Number 1, when you shoot the tight end that way, that backer's going to follow. So you've taken care of one guy. And then that backer is then lined up one-on-one with Aaron Jones. Couple things have to happen. Jones has got to go outside that tackle. 1, to create leverage. 2, it makes sure that that defensive end can't go outside. Second thing is this, you got to lift the safety. That's what this receiver's job is to do. You have to lift that safety. Once you do that, he's gone. So now you've truly created a one-on-one matchup for Aaron Jones. He just has to stutter, and J.J. McCarthy has to get that ball out on time. Huge opportunity for the touchdown to Minnesota. Now the play call with the quarterback run. Everyone needs to pay attention to start with T.J. Hawkinson. You're going to see Hawk at the snap, jab down, and then arc release to go become a blocker. When he does that, that defensive end's job is to step down as well. You've now created leverage for the quarterback. Slow it down. Watch. See that jab right there? That freezes that defensive end in step number one. Step number two, you freeze him on that zone read. He collapses. J.J. McCarthy becomes the runner with the football. This is the play call of the night by Kevin O'Connell. But the play before is the reason why. When the quarterback's struggling a little bit, you just want him to do what he has to do. Okay, you want him to operate the offense. You see J.J. McCarthy right now going, hey, alert, alert, alert. He's going to the second play, and the tight end is coming in. He was outside there. Now, when he was outside, that corner's playing him. That tells everybody it's zone defense. Now, Dennis Allen is the defensive coordinator for the Bears. When he's in these zone defenses, in these situations, what he wants to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-man pressure, and then play a 2-deep zone with droppers. You know what's great against that? A screen to the perimeter because you have numbers advantages. Kevin O'Connell anticipated that play call that led to the J.J. McCarthy run. They changed the play. You get the perimeter screen to Justin Jefferson. And look, you waste all those blitzers. This is an outstanding job by Hawk getting out there. Lead block, lead block. Jefferson comes to the funnel screen, and it's a massive. This was 2nd and 11. It leads to that 3rd and 1 play call for the zone read, and it's a huge opportunity and score for the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell said, JJ, you're going to lead us back.
Yeah.
In part because everything we know about the Vikings is real. It's as well coached offensively and the quarterback position that we have in the NFL.
Man, the fans must be so excited after what they saw. I'm sure a bit concerned. The first 3 quarters, he looked like a different quarterback down the stretch. What did you notice him start to change?
We talked about it yesterday, right? I've never seen this guy play an NFL game. Right. It's fast out there, Hannah. Like, it's cool to say he's going to be this and he's going to be that. But when you get in real-time action, it's a different situation for you. The calmness that Kevin O'Connell kept on the sideline was big for me, and never kind of wavering, never saying we just going to huddle the ball and run out of 13 personnel and we're going to continue to let him play. The run game got going. Y'all know how I feel about that, which I think settled the young fella too, but the throw to Justin Jefferson. Because usually what happens is, and this is from being around Dan for a long time, especially with young quarterbacks, something you don't know I picked up from you.
What you got?
They usually get terrified to throw the ball in the middle of the field after they've not had success, right?
Yeah.
And for him to make that throw, that still was kind of a tight window throw when you think about the traffic that was funneling in the end zone at that time. When he made that throw, and I asked Troy Aikman this yesterday on Countdown, I said, will there be a point in this game where you realize McCarthy has kind of settled in? And I think that was the seminal moment for him, kind of going back to, all right, I can do this. All of the coaching, all of the things that my coach believes in me, I can go out and execute, and the execution went up to another level.
I mean, coming back after a terrible pick,
Yeah. But he never quit on it.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
You know what else jumped out to me about that touchdown throw to Justin Jefferson? Pass protection from Jordan Mason. Did you see they ran a twist up front? He picked up 2 pass rushers. And I want to mention that young man's name because I thought he was excellent. He talked about the run game settling down in the 4th quarter. Once they got him going on those duo downhill runs, you really saw the vision and the burst, and it added an extra element to this offense. Everything the Vikings did in the offseason was to improve their run game to help their young quarterback, investing in the interior of the offensive line, who I also thought played quite well down the stretch, and then trading for Jordan Mason from San Francisco. Really underrated move. I thought he gave them some juice that had been missing in the rushing attack.
You know what? Another thing for JJ. What shined throughout the game was like the starting point foundation of how he plays. Like, even when it wasn't going great, I'd still watch the tape and be like, it's going to the right place at the right time. You know, like, I think the obsession with the process of just, I play with the rhythm of my feet. I play with the timing of the offense. And it wasn't flawless, but I think that allowed him to just stay even keel, like you're talking about, and waver some of the ups and downs. It wasn't result-centric. It was so like, because I'm watching the game. I'm like, he's throwing it to the right place at the right time. It wasn't complete. Right place, right time. And I think eventually it was that avalanche of doing the right thing at the right time with the ball.
All coming together, yeah.
By the way, it's not that easy to go. I was just going to say, go back to your hometown, too.
Yeah.
And you're playing the team that you grew up rooting for, right? And you're in prime time. I know he played a national championship before, but this is a
that
whole
means
other
nothing
level.
to me. Listen, I played in the national championship. First practice in the league was against Larry Allen. That ain't have a damn thing to do with how I was going to play that block. The other thing was, Chicago did a phenomenal job in their rush. Early in that
those
game.
tackles
Those tackles was getting pinched on, and they were getting to him, kind of being in his face.
But he never got impacted by it.
But then to that point, I think that's Kevin O'Connell.
Totally.
I think that's because when you come to the sideline, and Josh, we talked to Josh before the game. When you come to the sideline, brother, you have to know that those guys are still confident in what we came here to do and what we believe in you, and I don't think that ever wavered.
Well, Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson, how often in Minnesota have we seen with these quarterbacks have to learn the lesson, hey, he may not look open, but he's open. Don't go downfield. And JJ never wavered from that later in the game. You know, he was not hesitant at all. He didn't have to, like, see it throw it.
Doesn't have Jordan Addison yet either. He'll be coming back.
And see, for me, like, it permeates, right? So there's another level to this.
Yeah.
Because and y'all know I always like to look through the prism of a defensive player. All I want to leave that game saying is we got a dog.
Yeah.
Right? It might not be great because we know he's young and this is his first start for real in the NFL. You want to walk away saying we got a dog at that position.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's going to light a fire under a lot more people on that. That's the power of
especially when they watch that moment, just when that run happens and he gets like the 2 or 3 and Hawkins is up front blocking and he's like, am I going to step out of bounds? I've got the first. No. Go get it.
All right, guys, listen, we have more time to talk about this. Got to get to some breaking news out of San Francisco where the 49ers have put George Kittle on injured reserve. That means he's going to miss at least 4 games. He has a hamstring injury he suffered in the season opener. Kyle Shanahan said he was a focal point of that game plan. He had 4 targets for 25 yards and a touchdown before pulling up after run blocking early in the second quarter. Okay, Brock Purdy also dealing with toe and shoulder injuries. We'll see if he's able to play this week. Here's the upcoming schedule in terms of the games that Kittle is going to miss. So they win their opener in Seattle. They're going to stay on the road. They're going to take on the Saints on Sunday. They have a couple of home games against the Cardinals and the Jaguars.